All right, everyone, get ready for a web hosting battle. It's Siteground versus Hostinger today.
Yeah, two big names, always fighting for our attention.
It's like a digital minefield out there, picking the right one for your website.
For sure. So many options.
So that's why we're here, to break it all down, so you can find the perfect match for you.
Your perfect web hosting match, yeah.
Okay, so first up, who are these guys? In the blue corner, we've got Hostinger.
The up-and-comer, right?
Yeah, known for budget-friendly prices.
And they keep things pretty user-friendly.
Seems like they're targeting folks who want it simple.
Definitely hassle-free experience without spending a fortune.
Is that about right?
Absolutely. Hostinger's like that friend who knows how to party, but doesn't judge you for bringing the cheap snacks, you know. Launched in 2011, they've gotten popular fast, making web hosting easy for everyone, especially beginners.
Nice.
Small businesses, medium-sized, those kinds of folks.
I see. So what about their control panel, this H panel thing?
People are loving it. Super intuitive and easy to use.
Even if you're not a tech person.
Exactly. You don't have to be a wizard.
Okay, I'm interested. But now, what about Siteground?
Ah, the veteran, huh?
They've been around forever, haven't they?
They have. Think of Siteground as that super reliable friend. Always got your back, even if you mess things up big time.
Like accidentally deleting your whole website at 3 a.m.?
Exactly that. They've been in the game since 2004.
Wow.
Hosting over 2 million domains.
That's a lot of websites.
And they're known for really good WordPress hosting.
Premium kind of stuff, right?
Absolutely. And their customer support. Top-notch.
Yeah.
24/7 support. They even do phone support.
No way. Is that even a thing anymore?
It's practically extinct these days.
So they're going for that premium white glove experience.
You got it. And people love it, especially those who need a little extra help.
You need someone to hold their hand a bit.
Yeah, that personal touch.
Makes sense. So Siteground sounds great, but Hostinger's prices are tempting.
True, but how do they actually compare? You know, features, plans, all that.
Let's get into it. Where do we start?
Let's tackle shared hosting first.
The most popular type, right?
It is. It's the entry-level option, sharing resources with other websites.
On the same server, right, like an apartment building.
Exactly. Sharing amenities, but you've got your own space.
Gotcha. So in this shared hosting showdown, who comes out swinging?
Hostinger, for sure. They come in with a crazy low price, like $1.99 a month.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously. Even lower than Siteground, which starts at $2.99.
Okay, so Hostinger wins on price, but is there a catch?
There are some trade-offs, for sure.
Like what?
Well, Siteground might be a tad pricier, but they include daily backups.
Daily backups. That's got to be important.
So daily backups, they basically eliminate that risk.
Whereas Hostinger,
only weekly backups on their basic plan. So if you're updating your site a lot or just want that extra security,
Siteground might be worth that extra $1.
It might be, for sure.
Makes sense. Daily versus weekly backups. Something to think about.
Definitely. Now, there's a myth about Siteground.
A myth? What is it?
People think they're resource heavy, like they cram fewer websites onto one server.
Is that true?
Not really. They do prioritize performance, but they've optimized their shared hosting.
So no skimping on speed.
Nope. They can handle a decent number of websites without slowing things down. They've invested in some fancy tech, caching, and other behind-the-scenes magic, even when there's a lot of traffic.
Okay, so they're not sacrificing performance just because it's shared.
Exactly. Now, what about cloud hosting?
Is that something both of them offer?
They do. Think of it like upgrading from that apartment building to a luxury condo.
Ooh.
More space, more resources, more flexibility.
It's fancy.
Instead of one server, your website's on a whole network of them.
So it's like a web hosting safety net.
You could say that. Makes it more scalable, more resilient.
So if one server goes down,
your site just switches to another one, no problem.
Minimizing downtime? Smart. But cloud hosting's got to be expensive, right?
It can be, but both Hostinger and Siteground have different plans. Hostingers are much cheaper, starting at $9.99 a month.
Wow, that's pretty affordable.
Siteground, on the other hand, their cloud options start at $100 a month.
Whoa, that's quite a difference. What makes Siteground so much pricier?
Well, they're built for bigger businesses, websites that need a lot of power.
And customization, I bet.
You got it. More powerful servers, more storage, more control.
So you're really in the driver's seat.
Plus, they have a whole team of cloud experts available 24/7.
Wow, that's like having your own IT department on call.
Pretty much. So if something goes wrong, you're never alone.
That's got to be worth something.
For sure. But for those of us who aren't running huge companies,
Hostinger's cloud hosting might make more sense.
it might. It's all about balance, you know? Features, performance, and price.
Right, finding that sweet spot.
Speaking of different options, there's one more area where things diverge.
Oh, tell me more.
VPS hosting, ever heard of it?
VPS hosting. That's the one with virtual private servers, right?
You caught it.
I gotta admit, I'm a little fuzzy on what that actually means.
Think of it like renting your own private floor in that luxury condo building.
Ooh, getting fancier.
You're in control, customize it however you want, no sharing resources.
Your own web hosting kingdom.
Exactly. And here's where Hostinger pulls ahead.
They do.
They offer VPS plans starting at just $3.95 a month.
Well, Siteground.
Doesn't offer it at all.
Wow. Okay, that's a game changer for some people.
For sure. Developers, tech-savvy folks, anyone who wants that control.
Hostinger's VPS sounds pretty tempting, though.
It is. Great balance of affordability and power. You don't have to break the bank.
I like that. So both Hostinger and Siteground have their strengths.
Definitely. But before we decide anything,
We need to dig a little deeper.
we do. There's more to consider: performance, security, and customer support. Let's talk speed. Every millisecond counts online, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Nobody wants to wait forever for a website to load.
Exactly. We've all been there watching that little spinning icon.
Tapping our fingers impatiently. So true. So what's the verdict? Who's faster?
Well, both Hostinger and Siteground have great uptime. But here's the thing. Hostinger actually beat Siteground in some speed tests.
Wait, really?
Yeah, especially in time to first byte.
Time to first byte? What's that?
TTFB, how fast the server responds to a request, like its reaction time.
And Hostinger's faster. I always thought SiteGround was known for speed.
It's a common thought, but Hostinger's reflexes are lightning fast.
Okay, so a faster TTFB. What does that even mean for my website?
It means your website starts loading sooner, better user experience, and it can even help your search engine rankings. Google loves fast websites.
Oh, interesting. So speed goes to Hostinger then, but what about security?
Security, super important. Both take it seriously.
That's good to hear.
They offer the basics: free SSL certificates, DDoS protection, firewalls.
The essentials. Gotta have those.
Well, there are some differences in their approach.
Okay, I'm curious. Tell me more.
SiteGround, they go all out with security. Remember those daily backups? Already a huge advantage, but they have other tricks too. They have an AI anti-bot system, blocks bad bots before they even get to your site.
Whoa, sounds fancy. Like a digital bouncer.
Exactly. Keeping out the troublemakers.
I bet Hostinger doesn't have anything like that.
They do have bot protection, but not as advanced as Siteground's AI. Hostinger does have BitNinja server security, though.
The Ninja, what's that?
Known for being really good against various threats.
So SiteGround is proactive, Hostinger's more reactive.
Yeah, you could say that. Both have their pros and cons.
But SiteGround's extra security, that's got to be good for peace of mind.
Definitely, especially for those who prioritize that.
Okay, so SiteGround wins on security then. But what about customer support?
Support. Crucial. Sometimes you just need a human, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even with the best tech, things can go wrong.
And Siteground, they shine here, remember. 24/7 support.
Phone, email, chat, the whole shebang.
Exactly. No matter when, you can reach a real person. Known for having a knowledgeable and responsive team, too.
I once had a website emergency on a Sunday night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and waiting until Monday for help would have been a nightmare. So that 24/7 phone support, it's a game changer.
For many, it is. Hostinger mainly does chat and email. They do have 24/7 chat, good for quick questions.
But if it's something complicated?
You might be waiting for an email response.
So, SiteGround for phone lovers, Hostinger if you're okay with chat or email.
Yeah, that's the gist. Hostinger's support is still good, don't get me wrong.
They have friendly people.
They do, and their knowledge base is really helpful. Articles, tutorials, all that.
But SiteGround is more pick up the phone and panic friendly.
That's a good way to put it. So we've covered a lot. Pricing, features, performance.
Security, support, the big stuff.
And both Hostinger and Siteground, strong contenders. But the question is...
Which one should our listeners choose?
Well, it's like finding the right shoes depends on your needs.
Your preferences, your budget, all that.
Exactly. Let's break it down. So it really depends on what you're looking for in a hosting service.
Like what's most important to you, right?
Yeah. Price, performance, security, support, that kind of thing.
You got to figure out what you need first.
Exactly. Then you can start narrowing down your options.
And what about the future? You got to think about that too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Where do you see your website going in a few years?
Growing bigger, maybe starting an online store, adding features.
All important to consider if you're expecting a lot of growth.
You need a host that can handle it.
Right, something scalable, like cloud hosting.
So you don't have to switch hosts later on.
Exactly. No need to migrate your site if you don't have to.
So finding that balance, present needs and future goals.
And remember, both Hostinger and Siteground have a bunch of plans.
So you can scale up or down whenever you need to.
Exactly. Start small, upgrade later, no problem.
And if you need help figuring it out,
Their support teams can help you choose the right plan.
or even migrate your site for you.
Yep. Now, we've talked a lot about the technical stuff, but what about the actual experience? Using these platforms.
Ease of use, all that.
Right. How user-friendly are they?
Well, they both want to make things easy, right?
They do. Hostinger's H panel is really well designed. It's clean, easy to navigate, even for beginners.
So you don't need a degree in computer science.
Nope. And Siteground, they've been around longer, so.
Maybe their interface is a little more old school.
A bit, but still very functional, well organized.
They've got clear instructions, tutorials, all that.
They do, so you can manage your website without too much trouble.
Even if you're not a tech expert.
Exactly, so both are pretty user-friendly in their own way.
Hostinger's the modern one, Siteground's the classic.
And like we said, they both offer free trials.
So you can try them before you commit.
See which interface you like better, get a feel for it.
Exactly, best way to decide. And speaking of trying things out,
We encourage you to check out both Hostinger and Siteground.
we've got links in the episode description.
Go explore, compare plans, pricing, all that.
See what they're all about.
Don't be afraid to experiment. Find what feels right for you.
There's no one perfect answer, right?
Nope, it's all about what works for you, your website, your goals.
Well said. We hope this has helped you understand.
The world of web hosting, all the options out there.
Hostinger and Siteground. Two great choices.
But ultimately, the decision is yours.
Do your research, choose wisely. Happy hosting, everyone.